All right, we've got Garry versus Islam this Saturday, UFC 330. This card is f***ing terrible. Usually I have, the pay-per-view to look forward to every month. This time, I want to wrap my f***ing car around a telephone pole in GTA 6. Don't mean that literally. YouTube, don't come after me. Anyways, yeah, I mean, this card looks like it should be in the Apex. And it should be, for that matter. If you're gonna do this to us, I mean, just put it in Apex. I do have notes for this. I will be breaking down every single fight for this card. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna be taking long on these breakdowns, because this is just just looking at this on my screen right now, I want to just dive into oncoming traffic. But anyways, I will be breaking down every fight. Let's get straight in. First up on the card, we have Jeremiah Wells versus Makhachev Oralbai. This needs to be on the main card. I don't know why it isn't. Dana White is busy betting $50,000 a hand on blackjack, and he doesn't give a what order these are in, I guess, anymore. Yeah, I'm taking Makhachev Oralbai. He does a very good job of working off of his jab. He works in low kicks every now and again, but typically he's trying to chain wrestle and just get to the grappling in any sequence that he can. He's shooting double legs, single legs. If it doesn't work, he'll get to the gable grip, he'll get to a body lock. That's what he's working for the majority of the fight, and he's working to press the action. Defensively, he moves backwards in a straight line. Don't love that. Have never loved that. That's always been kind of my one major critique of his. But at the same time, he can counter strike with power, and he can put guys out that way. So give and take there. Whereas Jeremiah Wells, he's kind of just relies completely on the fact that he's like this fast twitch, just monster of an athlete, and he throws everything that he has with just 100% power. And if it doesn't land, he's fucked. He literally has no way of there's no game plan outside of land the bomb with the athleticism advantage, and he gets tired really fast. So I'm taking Oralbai here by submission, probably. Could be ground and pound, but Jeremiah Wells I don't think is going to be able to keep up with the pace that Oralbai has with the chain wrestling. So I've got Oralbai by submission here. Next up on the card, we have Neil Magny versus Ramiz Brahimaj. I'm gonna take Ramiz Brahimaj here. Neil Magny's kind of trying to, all of his fights, he's literally just trying to get to the final bell by clinching or just like getting in close and trying to just draw it out, because he understands that he's not gonna beat you when you're fresh. He's just like pray until, we pray that we get to the third round, really. Ramiz he has a good chin, he's durable, he's got decent boxing, but the bright spot there is essentially his grappling. He doesn't have the best way of getting there, but it's more so guys, when they shoot on him, then they kind of get into a bind because his grappling's really good. And I think that he is just going to be winning this early, so I'm taking Brahimaj for that reason. And when Neil Magny does win fights, it's later in the fight because he gets you tired just by clinching and kneeing and getting in close, making it dirty. Third round comes and he shoots a takedown and he beats you on the ground. I don't think he's ever going to be able to beat Brahimaj on the ground. I'm sorry. I think Ramiz's grappling is just too good. I'm taking Ramiz Brahimaj by TKO, I guess, in the first or second round. He's got good boxing fundamentals, decent power. I don't see a threat in the grappling department here from Neil Magny. Moving the on. Up next, we have Rafael Tobias versus Lucas Fernando. This fight sucks. Blow my head off. I'm gonna read word for word what I have here in my notes, and we're gonna move on. How's that? Lucas Fernando, he was a very successful kickboxer over at the LFA. Terrible grappling game. Anyways, this is what I have in my notes. Tobias will use ranged strikes and wait to pounce with power when he does draw his opponent in. Tobias could get stuck waiting because he is sometimes overly patient. Lucas Fernando is very aggressive and always moves forward. He mixes up his targets with both kicks and the hands. So he's just basically an incredibly aggressive kickboxer. And on the other hand, Tobias, he is powerful, but tends to wait sometimes and waits way too long. And then the third round comes around and he's getting his shit packed in and it's too late. Realistically, the way that this should end is Tobias should be like, oh, this guy can't grapple. I'm gonna shoot a double leg. and he should win. But I don't see that happening, and I'm gonna take the guy who moves forward the majority of the time, so I'm taking Fernando. It'll probably be a TKO early, just because he's so aggressive. I mean, like, the bell rings and he's just running at you. It is educated in the sense that he's not like a, what was the guy that fought the other week, Seppo, who literally just runs forward and throws hooks. He's not like that. He will try and make a few reads. He is trying to mix up his targets, so I'll take him. Moving on. Vicente Luque versus Tresean Gore. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Everything in me right now is, I'm trying really hard not to just put a hole in this monitor right now, dude. I'm taking Vicente Luque. Tresean Gore sucks at everything. He's durable. I mean, people give him way too much credit for beating that one overrated Russian. What was that guy? What's that guy's name? It's like Azamat something, Azamat Makhachev or something or other. Who cares? He's terrible. He's fucking terrible. Here, I'm just gonna be reading my notes this entire video because Vicente Luque loves the lead hook as well as overhands. Tresean Gore is durable and always will walk forward and doesn't care about defending himself whatsoever. He's gonna walk forward with his hands like it's supposed to be a guard, I guess, but like he's not blocking anything. And he's just getting lit up the whole time he's walking forward. He's just gonna rely on his durability the whole time, and I think that Luque has enough power to where if he does drop him or Gore panic shoots and gets wobbled, at that point it's like, okay, Luque's just gonna rip a Darce and it's over. But I mean, I like Luque. I think he's entertaining. I think he's powerful. I think that Tresean Gore is as defensively irresponsible as it gets. I'm taking Luque. Next up on the card, we have Dante Johnson versus Eric Makhachev. Yeah, dude. Great fight right here. Gonna be taking Dante Johnson's bitch ass. He sucks. He pisses me off. He walks around like he has Tourette's. His head's always just kind of like bobbing around and he's like stomping almost. I hate him. I hate everybody on this card now that I'm looking at it, dude. Other than maybe Joel Alvarez. I with him and Edson Barbosa and maybe Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern's kind of... Mackenzie Dern is the highlight of Friday night, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm taking Dante Johnson. Again, just gonna be reading the notes here. Dante Johnson is explosive with low kicks and looping shots and uses a ton of awkward head movement and body lock takedowns. Eric Makhachev will work off of a jab early, and then as the fight progresses, he looks for 1 to 2 more shots after that. Not a lot of volume, not a lot of variety. Makhachev is very defensively irresponsible. Head doesn't move off the center line as much as you'd like when he is throwing. When he's getting pushed backwards, kind of moves in a straight line, doesn't really know where he's going, if he's trying to circle, what the plan is, no fucking idea. And he's chinny. That's the worst combination that you could have in your arsenal, is being chinny, and on the other hand is being, you know, defensively irresponsible. You're gonna get clipped, you're gonna get put out. Dante Johnson's gonna walk you down, throw power from everywhere, and you're probably gonna go out. This fight is terrible. I don't care. Taking Dante Johnson by early finish. Charles Johnson versus now Eduardo Chapelin. I don't have a breakdown. I don't have notes on this because as of today, it was supposed to be Jose Ochoa. And Jose Ochoa has an aura. He's really cool. I'm not being sarcastic either. I think Jose Ochoa is awesome. And if he was fighting Charles Johnson, he would tear him to shreds inside of the first round. Probably would have been my biggest block of the year, maybe. But now we have this Eduardo Chapelin. I don't know enough about him. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch film for this because it pisses me off looking at this fight card. I'll take Charles Johnson. He's a ranked fighter at this weight class. I mean, I don't expect some guy from the LFA to just come in here and beat Charles Johnson. But then again, you could be brain dead and fight Charles Johnson and win just because you're walking forward. Literally. Just walk forward and you win. You don't need to know how to throw like an extended combination or a punch for that matter. You could have no MMA experience and just, I could tell you, step in there and just run at him and don't stop throwing. And he'll go unconscious. I swear to God. I used to think he was good, and then I started noticing this trend. I'm like, holy fuck, this guy doesn't know what to do. People start throwing punches at him, and he just like locks up. He go like deer in the headlights, brain dead. I'll take Dante Johnson. Charles Johnson. Dude, my heart rate, I can feel it. My heart is at like 120 beats a minute. I'll take this guy, Charles Johnson. Also, can he cut that thing off on the back of his head? Anyways, oh my God. Moving on. Chidi and Joe Kwani versus Joel Alvarez. This isn't a bad fight. I won't lie. This is actually a pretty good fight. Okay, I'm gonna read some notes here. Actually, now we're talking here. See, Daddy Dana, he cooked with this a little bit. Yes. So both of these guys are really long. Pause. And typically in every one of their other matchups, they have an extreme length advantage. And we haven't really seen either of them fight someone who is, you know, similar in build to them. You know what I mean? So when Chidi fights people, I'm gonna take Joel Alvarez, by the way, before I get into this breakdown. Chidi does a very good job with his ranged weapons, like teeps. He has really good long low kicks, slapping. Like, it's hard to like you see him coming and you go to like step out of the way of it and it still will connect because his legs are so fucking long. And then when things do get in close, he's really good in the clinch with his knees. He'll kind of use that tie clinch to kind of wear down on them and like press down and just pop knees up high, go to the body with him too. And on the other side of things, Joel Alvarez is very well versed, other than maybe his takedown defense, I would say, is probably his biggest weak spot. He's typically going to work off of a jab, and then slowly he's going to open up as the first round goes. And again, both of these guys are very hittable because usually they can get away from strikes by just using their length and, you know, backing up in a straight line or circling up with their head in the air. They can just do that. They can get away with it because they're both so much taller than a lot of the guys that they fight. But now it's like, I don't know what to think. I think that it is going to be a battle of who does better in the clinch. And I think that when they do get into the clinch, Joel Alvarez is just a lot more aggressive. I think Chidi can be a little bit hesitant at times, and I don't like that. I think that having higher finishing instincts in this sense is gonna be the difference maker. So yeah, I'm gonna take Joel Alvarez. I've always liked Joel Alvarez. He's cool. I think Chidi's cool as well. I know earlier I said I hated everybody. Chidi is kind of cool. I like his fight style. I like the length, but at the same time, I haven't seen him fight someone that's like long like this. So pause again. Anyways, I'm taking Joel Alvarez. I think he gets a TKO in the first or second round. I think it has something to do with the clinch, but who knows? Edson Barbosa versus Esteban Ribovic. This is what you call fucking murder. Why are they doing this? Who did Edson Barbosa sleep with? What did he do? Why how old is he? Do we not remember what we've put him through recently? Can we not do this? Can we cancel this right now? I'm not kidding either. Cancel this. Again, going back to reading my notes. Barbosa throws 1 or 2 shots at a time. Super low volume. It's going to be a lot of kicks. That being said, his kicking game is not nearly as good as it used to be. It's not as fast. It's not as powerful. His base is almost not as good. Like, he's just not as good as it used to be. Clearly, he's 40 years old. By the way, I don't know. Yeah, Edson also, as of recent, and actually for his whole career, but more as of recent, he does not do well when he's moving backwards. He's moving backwards, he's just getting lit up. Kind of like Charles Johnson, just not as helpless. In Ribovic, he's not powerful. He just kind of just throws so much at you that at some point, one of them is going to connect a little bit more clean than all the other ones that he threw, and your head's going to get snapped around a little bit too much, and you're going to go out. He's kind of a war merchant. He doesn't really have too much technique. He's a weight bully. I saw something say that he cut like 40 or 50 pounds one fight. He doesn't get tired, doesn't stop throwing. He's probably going to put Edson away inside of the first round. Moving on. Mansur Abdulmalik versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Yeah, dude, this fight's awesome, huh? Dustin Stoltzfus is on a main card. Are you kidding me right now? I'm taking Mansur Abdulmalik by finish in the first round. This is what I have. I'm reading my notes and I'm moving on. Malik wants to lunge in for strikes and look for a takedown with ground and pound after that. Dustin has a weird clash of styles. He has a Muay Thai stance but wants to wrestle, so it doesn't make any sense. Why do you have a Muay Thai stance? You're standing straight up, but you want to shoot a takedown. It just doesn't make like regular wrestler like wrestling entries. Like he's diving in on a single leg. He's like reaching down into a single leg. Dude, you're up here stomping forward and then you want to dive down on a single leg. Who is your coach? Figure it out. Dustin also has terrible boxing defensive fundamentals, like horrendous. He's gonna get clipped by one of those lunging athletic shots that Mansour's gonna throw, and he'll probably end up getting hurt and go out. This is kind of a layup to me. I'm sorry. I don't care. I said I was gonna read my notes, and I said too much. I'm moving on. Featured fight is Jalen Turner versus Caye Fernandez. Kind of an interesting matchup. Is it featured fight worthy? Absolutely not. Back to my, I just took a second. I just stared off at this wall for like 30 seconds and contemplated my life. I'm not kidding. Actually, matter of fact, here's the clip. Just contemplate, like, what the f am I doing? Jalen is a long striker and uses his teeps and high kicks very well to move his opponents backwards. That's how he keeps his pressure, is the kicking game typically. He has a nice step off counter two that he has, but typically that's his way that he keeps pressure on guys. Can get overwhelmed if the direction starts to, you know, there's a give and a take. And if he's taken, he's not doing well, i.e. the Renato Moicano fight. That was a very good example of that. Caye Fernandez has a very interesting style. He's extremely kick heavy. Literally just gonna start with slapping low kicks just over and over and over and over. And then as the fight progresses, progresses, he starts to use high kicks as the fight progresses. We were able to get that one out. Jalen will try to time the low kicks with that step off too that he has. Don't like that. Really don't like that that's his way of winning. I don't think he lands a high kick. I think he probably gets lit up if he does try and time that too when the high kick's coming or the low kicks are coming. I don't think he's gonna be able to land that too. I think his leg's gonna get swept out from under him if he does try and do that. And if he does it when the high kick's coming, I think he goes to sleep. There's gonna be a lot of kicks in this fight. But yeah, I'm gonna take Caye Fernandez. I'm really trying my best here not to blow up. Moving on. Mackenzie Dern versus Jillian Robertson. Yeah, title fight, baby. Oh yeah. What do I have here? Yeah, so Mackenzie Dern, she's technically a grappler, you know what I mean? Her BJJ is really, really, really good, but she wins through the striking typically. And a lot of it is just that she's more fundamentally sound than pretty much anybody that she gets put against in this division. And she's throwing extended combinations because, you know, which also doesn't really happen in women's MMA, just because she has a better gas tank than a lot of these chicks too. So she can just open up, you know, it's just something that they haven't seen before. And at the same time, it's more fundamentally sound. It lands at a higher clip. But yeah, and she's durable at the same time. So it's like, even if she gets popped once, she's giving two out at the same time. Like it's just kind of an overwhelming style for a lot of these women's MMA fighters to take. And on the other side of things, Jillian is kind of a brute, kind of a weight bully, typically looking for looping shots on the feet. None of it looks pretty, none of it lands. But then after that, once she's done throwing her few strikes on the feet, I'm taking Mackenzie Dern, by the way. I keep forgetting to tell you who I'm taking. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern. What was I talking about? God damn. Dude. Jillian Robertson, she's gonna throw looping shots. It's not really gonna connect to at all, if at all, early. And then she's gonna shoot in on a single or a double leg. And then from there, when she's on top, she's again just kind of being a weight bully. And that's really her only way to win, is she's looking for control time. And maybe she works in a little bit of ground and pound to open up submissions. But she's helpless on the feet, I think. If she is able to outweight distribute Dern on the ground, I would be shocked, because Mackenzie Dern's BJJ is super good. And the only time that Mackenzie Dern does go to her BJJ, which is her best thing, is when her opponents shoot on her. Jillian's gonna shoot. She's not gonna win the grappling exchanges. When she is on the feet, she's probably gonna be getting sparked up the whole time. I'll take Dern by decision. If you can believe it, we have gotten to the main event. Ian Garry versus Islam Makhachev. I am taking Islam Makhachev by decision. I think Islam is better in specific areas that people don't give him credit for. Like, he is an incredible counter striker. I think we need to talk about that. His lead check hook, his counter hook, incredibly sharp. It's fast. It's extremely powerful. I mean, he knocked down Oliveira. That's how he got to the arm triangle. But when he does shoot takedowns, he's typically is shooting in on that single leg. After that, he's looking for snap downs. He'll chain wrestle. That's what he does better than most most everybody in, well, at welterweight or lightweight, is the chain wrestling. And once he does get you down, he is going to prioritize his control over, you know, any openings for a finish. That's just the way it is. In the Oliveira instance, Oliveira is a BJJ specialist, so he took a chance, tried to, you know, I think he threw up a triangle, didn't work out. Islam was able to just pass and get into, you know, what it is that he could do to finish the fight, which was the arm triangle. But typically, if you don't open up with, you know, that type of a style with like, I'm going to throw a triangle up or I'm going to take a chance, and if I up, he's gonna pass my guard, Islam will just sit there and he'll pitter patter his way with ground and pound and win that way. But on the other side of things with Ian Garry, it's hard for me to give you like a full breakdown on like where it is that he's gonna be this fight, because I have no idea, because he's gonna have a different game plan as he has for all of his other fights. He fights differently, like completely differently for every single one of his fights. I mean, you look at the MVP performance and even the Carlos Prates performance. A little bit more grappling sprinkled in the MVP performance, obviously. But he's gonna conform himself to find a weakness, essentially. That's why I'm taking Islam, is because I can't see a weakness, bro. Like there's obviously like very niche things that he can get up on, like we saw with Volk, like with those stance switches where he would get on the inside, move him backwards in a straight line, get him to square up, and then he would get lit up from there. It's things like that like, okay, you know, those could land, but at the same time, Ian Garry doesn't really have that crazy power where if he does do that, he's going to be putting him away. So, you know, that doesn't really make sense to be a path of victory for him. I do think that Ian will be able to stuff some takedowns. He's got incredible balance, like his center of gravity, he keeps it so well. We've seen that in, I mean, all of his fights, in the Bilal fight too. I mean, you can go back and watch that. His balance and takedown defense is second to none. It's incredible to watch. But you gotta look at like ways to win, and I don't even know what the path to victory is for Ian, because he's so different from fight to fight. I literally can't even predict what it is that he's gonna be trying to do. Whereas Islam, I know what I'm getting here, and he doesn't really have a weakness. This happens every single fight card that Islam is on too. It's like the JDM was like, oh, he's a good boxer, he'll get him. It was like, oh, Volk will get him. Oh no, Charles will get him. It's the BJJ. It's like, at what point are we like, nobody can fucking beat the guy? That's where I'm at. I don't think anybody could beat him. For all I know, Ian Garry does go out there and beat him. I think that would be cinema. Even though he's like a total, you know, everyone hates him and he's annoying, I think it would be incredible for the sport. I think it would be great for the sport. And vice versa. If Islam wins and he's defending his belt at 170 now, I think that would be... Anyways, you guys know where I'm at. I'm taking Islam by decision. I think he is going to hold more control time. I think it's going to be close 50-50 on the feet. I think he wins maybe 48-47, 49-46 probably. So that's where I'm at with that. I am going to be dropping a video after this one, and it will be on your screen right now. Based off of the thumbnail, you can probably tell what the hell it's about. Go check that out for me if you haven't already. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.